Welcome to Effective Heart Change. We're taking a couple weeks of pause between our more intense series that we do on a regular basis. This week, I want to promo a little bit about the larger ministry. Obviously, you've heard us several times. I refer to the Omega Project, and so that's a big part of what we do. We work with a recovery ministry, which is largely built around halfway houses and programming and classes and many different efforts that we do. And so that's one that you've probably heard about. But the larger umbrella organization that we have is called Live Free Ministries. And Live Free houses all of these different arms. Last week, I talked about the Heart Change U, which we're getting ready to launch. On January 31st, we'll be starting our first class, and it's going to be called Spiritual Diagnostics 1. And after that, we have a plan for Spiritual Diagnostics 2 and Transforming Prayer. So there's a series of classes that are going to be happening that are going to be much more academic in nature, whereas obviously this is a podcast. It's very low key. You're able to listen to it when and where and how you want, but that will have a much more structured academic discipline feel. We also mentioned the retreat last week. That's coming up very quickly. You would need to be registered immediately. Vision Quest, if you want to check out the Live Free Ministries website, you can still do that. But today I want to highlight just a change in attitude that we have. I call it the lighthouse. I've talked about for years in the program with the Omega Project. We never created the Omega Project to be a recovery ministry per se, because my belief system is that the basic tools of Christ, the ministry of Christ, the life of Christ is the transforming agent in people. I believe in what's called a receiving theology, which means that I am under the power of sin and death. When I sin, I'm likely to do that sin again, and not just do that sin again, but to do it worse and more and more. And there's a natural bondage that is there that sometimes it might take a generation or generations to develop. But there's a natural bondage there that happens. How do I get better? I get better by drinking in life. In the Omega Project, one of the things that I talk about is the whole lighthouse concept, because when I start receiving from God, in order to keep that flow going, one of the things that I need to do is I've got to be able to give it away. And I love what I see in the Omega Project because we're seeing our people giving more and more away. We're seeing them impact family. We're seeing them impact friends. And I'm hoping over the coming year to see more Bible studies implemented that are including all kinds of different people. And so we have an outreach there. We have outreach with Heart Change U. We have outreach with our retreats. Another whole outreach opportunity that we'd like to give you, and hopefully you can help us out with this. We have teams of people ready to come and share testimonies of breakthrough and life and the power that God has to work in our lives. It can be an amazing experience for your church. So we want at least 50 opportunities this coming year for our teams to go out, get in churches, just share their testimonies, share what God is doing. We believe that will be a great opportunity for you, and maybe you can help us out with some of the different churches that are represented by those of you who are listening. Also, another outreach opportunity. I want to make myself more available as the years go on as a consultant, able to come in. The heart change materials, the greater than materials, the effective heart change, the whole concept of spiritual flows, all of these things really equip us to help people at a much higher level. So if we can come in and come alongside and advise and help you implement some of these different programs, we'd love to do that. And one final thing. Many of you are subscribers to the program. We would encourage you to share that. We believe that as the message gets out, it can multiply, it can touch many different people. So we'd like to recruit you to be a part of what we're doing, to be a part of that lighthouse where the word is going out, the impact is going out. We hope that you've been blessed by what we're doing. Next week, we'll be returning to the Good Grief series, which is going to talk in detail about how do I overcome pain. It's not a forgiveness issue, it's not a victim issue, it's not a violator issue, but it's an issue of just I'm in pain, I've had somebody close to me die, whatever that picture looks like, I'm in pain. If you need help overcoming pain, this next series, I believe, will be an incredible benefit to you. Come join us starting next week for Good Grief. Share with others what's going on in the ministry. Thank you for being a part of what we do here at Effective Heart Change.